everyone, what's up? It's Kira. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This week I was reading 1 Corinthians chapter 9 again, and I was talking with a friend about this, and one thing she said stood out, and I wanted to share that with you today. So starting in verse 24 of 1 Corinthians chapter 9 through 27 says this. This is Paul speaking. Do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one receives the prize? So run that you may obtain it. Every athlete exercises self-control in all things. They do it to receive a perishable wreath, but we an imperishable. So I do not run aimlessly. I do not box as one beating the air, but I discipline my body and keep it under control, lest after preaching to others, I myself should be disqualified. And what my friend pointed out was this, that we're running this race, but we want to run it to win. We're not just included in the race. We're not just getting a participation award. We're running to win. And as Paul is talking about this, he says he's running to win. So he's disciplining himself to do that. And when he's doing that, he says he disciplines his body to keep it under control. He does this by the fruit of the Spirit, one of them being self-control, so that he can win. Another thing my friend pointed out was racehorses. When they are racing, they actually wear blinders, and that is to keep them from seeing the other horses that they are running against. This is so they can focus on the track ahead of them and not get distracted by the horses running on either side of them. And sometimes I think we need blinders in our own life to be able to run the race with endurance. Because as we're running this race of life and living as the people we are called to, as God's children, we don't need to be looking to the left or to the right to see what everybody else is doing or where they are in their race even. But we are called to look ahead. We are called to keep our eyes fixed on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. That as we train for endurance, that we train to run this race, we are learning and growing about God. We are practicing self-discipline in our life. We are growing fruits of the Spirit. That we are not hindered by looking one way or another, but we stay focused on what God has called us to. And in an age where we are inundated with data, we are inundated with social media, we are inundated with information, it's real easy to look to the left or the right. It's real easy to look around and to even stop. But my friend, that is not what we are called to do. We are called to run with endurance. We are called to be disciplined enough to do this. Athletes train so hard. I have a friend who is one of the national tennis players in America, and she's now on tour around the world. One thing that always amazed me knowing her was that the discipline continued in every aspect of her life. She never stopped training. There was no off season at that level of championships that she was attending. That you are constantly making sure that you're eating the right foods at the right time, that you're getting enough sleep, that you're attending all your practices, season in and season out, that there's no off days, that you are constantly in it. And why that matters is because when she's competing, playing tennis, she needs to be ready. And all these little disciplines add up to being ready. And so I encourage you in your life, ask God, Lord, what do I need discipline in my own life for? That I can run my race with endurance. Maybe it's that you're looking to the left or the right and social media or the news or something is distracting you. Maybe you need to get more disciplined at being in the Word of God every day. Maybe you need to become more disciplined in prayer. But ask God, because we need to be disciplined in all areas to be able to run this race with the endurance that we're called to. My friend who plays tennis has to have discipline in all areas. It's not like she just eats well and that's it. She has to show up for practice too. She has to make sure she gets enough sleep. She has to make sure she does all her exercises when she needs to do them, because they all add up for the end game. And that's what we're doing here, is we're preparing to run this race to win, not just to participate. I pray this is an encouragement to you, that God uses this to show you areas of your life that you may be lacking discipline, and that you can find a mentor to show you and help you and grow you. That you can allow God to grow the fruits of the Spirit in you and to shape you and mold you into the person that He has called you to be. I love you all so much. If you have any prayer requests, please leave them down below. I would absolutely love to pray for you. Have an amazing week, guys.